Jungkook finally spoke up before the concert. Jimin's reaction made ARMY cry. Crying face, broken heart, the world stage shook again today after BTS's Jungkook finally spoke up before his long-awaited big concert. In an emotional live session, Jungkook opened up in a very honest and heartfelt way, making the atmosphere seem frozen between the millions of spectators who were waiting for his every word. He looks at the camera with a small smile, but the look in his eyes is deep, like it holds a lot of things he has never revealed before. "Before this concert starts, I have something to say," he said in a slightly trembling voice. "I just want to thank for someone who always gave me strength even when I felt weak myself." ARMY immediately filled the comments column, trying to guess who Jungkook meant. However, it all became increasingly emotional as he continued. "She knows who she is. I don't need to say names, but every time I see her, I feel like home." That sentence is enough to make the atmosphere quiet. Many believe that the words were intended for Jimin, a figure who had been known to be very close to him, not only as a group mate, but also as someone on whom Jungkook emotionally relied in many difficult moments. Shortly after that moment, Jimin appeared on the Weverse platform. He wrote a short but meaningful message: "I'm watching you. You make me proud, like always." That simple sentence actually made the ARMY explode in anger. Many admitted to tears reading the brief interaction of the two sentences from two hearts that have gone through so much together. Behind the stage, news from the staff said that before performing, Jungkook stared at his phone screen for a while, then smiled before going on stage. Many thought he was reading a message from Jimin. During the concert, Jungkook's gaze was passionate, but also tender, like someone carrying a warm feeling of someone special. He even said, "I feel calmer today, maybe because there is someone who believes in me." The concert that evening became one of the most emotional performances of her career. As the final track titled "Still With You" played, Jungkook lowered his head and closed his eyes, while a large screen behind him displayed snippets of BTS's past memories, including a moment where Jimin and Jungkook laughed together in the rehearsal room. Many soldiers in the stadium and spectators around the world who could not hold back tears. After the concert, Jimin again made another upload. He wrote, "You're doing very well. I know today means a lot to you." The post was accompanied by a photo of the night sky with stars shining brightly, a symbol the two often use to describe their relationship. ARMY flooded the comments with prayers and love, acknowledging that what they witnessed that night was not just an ordinary concert, but the embodiment of real gratitude, struggle, and affection between two true friends. Now, Jungkook's words that night continue to resonate in the hearts of fans around the world. "I can't go this far alone," he said. "But since someone keeps leading me in silence, I'm still here, singing for you guys." And between the lights, the applause, and the tears that fell on the soldiers' cheeks, one thing was clear: that the friendship, or perhaps something deeper between Jimin and Jungkook, had become an invaluable source of strength. The world may be changing, but the connection they have is likely to live on in the hearts of millions forever. Purple art. After the concert was over, the atmosphere behind the stage still felt so emotional. The staff, crew, and even fellow artists in attendance gave a long-standing ovation to Jungkook, who that night performed with incredible intensity. He sat in his lounge chair, wearing a black hoodie, his hair a little messy from sweat, but his smile looked warm and relieved. But behind the smile, there are still residual emotions that have not completely subsided. He looked at his phone screen, and the next second a notification came in, a message from Jimin. The message was simple, yet very personal. "You always said you wanted to make people smile. Tonight you did it again. I'm proud of you." Jungkook read the message over and over, then smiled a little, looked down while taking a deep breath. One of the staff who saw him briefly said that Jungkook looked like someone who had just regained strength with just that one sentence. He quickly replied, "Thank you, Hyun. Without you, I probably wouldn't be able to stand this strong tonight." Hours after the concert ended, ARMY around the world was still talking about the little interaction. Hashtags like #JungkookMint and #ProudOfJungkook are trending on Twitter and Weverse. Many wrote how the relationship of the two always felt sincere and supported each other, even without the need for big words. Jungkook is known to rarely talk about his feelings directly, but whenever he alludes to someone who makes him feel at home, fans know exactly who he is referring to. Interestingly, the next day, Jimin was also spotted at the airport on his way to the set of his new project, but wearing a small silver bracelet very similar to Jungkook's. The photos instantly went viral, and many fans speculated that the bracelet might be a small symbol of their strong relationship. Jimin, when asked by the reporter about the bracelet, only smiled and replied briefly, this? A gift from someone important. The answer made the crowd of reporters and fans scream a little because they knew how warm Jimin responded. Meanwhile, Jungkook did a short live broadcast in the evening. In the broadcast, she looks relaxed, sitting on the couch in an oversized hoodie and her hair left natural. He responded to ARMY's comments gently, but in the middle of the conversation, he suddenly smiled and said, "Sometimes there is someone who doesn't talk much, but his presence alone is enough to make you calm down. You know what I mean?" The comments again made the ARMY excited. Some even wrote, "He's obviously talking about Jimin," or "Jungkook always had a way of expressing his love in a simple but deep way." Shortly after the live, Jimin posted a purple heart emoji on his Weverse account, as if confirming their connection without words, despite all the media spotlight and fan speculation. The relationship between the two remains something that inspires a lot of people. They are both known as two figures who work hard, respect each other, and push each other to be the best version of themselves. Jimin once said in an interview, "When I look at Jungkook, it's like I'm looking at my own brother, but sometimes I forget he's grown up to be an amazing man." While Jungkook, in one of the BTS documentaries, once said, "Jimin Hyung is a person who is always there. Even when I didn't ask, he was still there." Their closeness is not just a matter of sweet moments in front of the camera, but also how they support each other behind the scenes, in difficult times when industry pressures are so heavy. That concert night was just one of many proofs of how much their relationship goes far beyond just being group mates. It's a bond formed from years of togetherness, sacrifice, and love that never goes out. Now, after such an emotional night, the world seems to be waiting for what the next steps of these two stars will be. Jimin is busy preparing for his solo project, while Jungkook is reportedly involved in a new global campaign with Calvin Klein. However, one thing is certain, in the midst of the bustle and light of the world, they remain each other's home. And for ARMY, seeing the two supporting each other like this was already the most precious gift. Because for them, the story of Jimin and Jungkook isn't just a celebrity story, it's a story of two hearts constantly trying to take care of each other, grow together, and show that true affection can still exist even amid the glitter of the world stage. Purple Heart that night, after his live broadcast ended, Jungkook sat alone in his hotel room. The lights are not very bright. There is only soft light from the large windows overlooking the city. From there he could see the sparkling lights of Seoul that felt beautiful as well as quiet. His phone was still in his hand, and on the screen was seen one new message from Jimin again. The message contained only one sentence: "Sleep well tonight, you've done your best." Jungkook smiled a little, then stared at the message for a long time, like trying to keep every word in his heart.